Appreciate each and every last one of you all. Thank everybody for tuning in. My name is Law Nation, LAW Nation. We're going to talk real quick about this. And here's the thing. Here's the thing with this entire situation with the Dallas Cowboys. Trust me, we bleed silver and blue. We just don't like the Cowboys. We love them. Can anybody disagree? We love the Cowboys, right? So my thing is, it's all in nature of how you handle your business. How do you handle your resources? How do you trust, you know what I'm saying, and trust your players? Or how do you give back to your players? My thing is, trust me, we all like Christian McCaffrey, what he's able to do for the Panthers. We like it, flashing, scoring, doing his thing, doing everything that you want, dare I say, a running back to do. But here's my gripe. Here's my only gripe with this whole entire situation. He didn't have to beg for his money. He didn't have to cry for his money. He didn't have to hold out for his money. The team didn't try to sully or denigrate him for his money. The team didn't try to figure out ways to say, well, hey, we don't pay running backs for his money. Trust me, he is sweet. He is nice, but he's still a running back. He's still a running back. So my thing is, it's the nature of how Jerry Wayne Jones run this operation, the business plan of the situation for the nation. My thing is, I just can't stand it. I can't stand it, Cowboy Nation. For us to sully and denigrate our players and drag them through the mud and say that they not worth the grain of salt, and then we supposed to sit back and say, okay, when he finally get the money or when the player finally get the money, is for us to forget what half of what the fan base has said about that particular player, and thinking that the player is just like this robot that don't read the news or don't pull up the social medias of the world and things like that. And here, the first takes and the fake takes and all of the skip, ain't this right, Trey? Shout out to you on my Facebook. Ain't this right, Justin? It's not that good for this particular organization to drag these contracts throughout the mud, and all we hear is the CMC. He's really cold-blooded with it. He's cold out there on the football field. All we just do is silently through the night is for him to get his bag. And we hear no back and forth and bickering and say, well, he did fumble the ball in this crucial situation. Or, hey, he have yet to be the NFL leading rusher in these sort of categories. But he Christian McCaffrey. Oh, he's come from the good bloodline and these sort of things. But he didn't have to beg for his money. I guarantee you my bottom dollar, if Ezekiel Elliott had the exact same, I guess, career path as Christian McCaffrey, and I don't want to hear about the off the field situation because, in case in point, we got another person, Dak Prescott, who had zero off the field situations, and everybody looking at it like, oh, I don't know, man. We don't know if he's the one. We don't know. Because in other platforms of other teams, we see the Carson Wentz of the worlds. They didn't bat an eye, you see. The brother haven't even won the Eagles a playoff game, but they gave him the bag. Oh, golf. We saw how poo-poo golf was with Fisher. Jeff Fisher, dare I say. But when they finally put a coach behind him, oh, let's give him his bag. Boy, you can go on and on, man. Shout out to you, Natasha. Really appreciate you, Joe, all the way from Italy, man. Really appreciate you for tuning in to the nation. I just can't make this stuff up, man. It is what it is at this point. It's crazy in a sense. People say, my guy Peter, shout out to you, man. Dak, zero off the field issues, $33 million offer on the table. Let's take it. He should take it. What's up with you, man, Peter? Now, here's the thing. Running backs and quarterbacks are two different worlds, right? Worlds within a world, like unseen before, different type of situations. 9 times out of 10, the quarterback can play all the way until they 40. Running backs, you start looking at them like they long in the tooth when they get 30. You sit there and say, boy, when they get 27, 28, it's time to bounce on them, right? But so there's two different worlds, right? It's two different worlds. Ripley's, believe it or not. But when we look at the fact that with Ezekiel Elliott's situation, I do know that he wanted to get his paper earlier, but look at all of the recourse we had to go through. Look, we had to go through the Zeke who? Who? You remember that Snoop GIF? For those on the Facebook page, y'all put that GIF of Snoop Dogg's in. Who? It's crazy how we love this team, but they drag and they drag and they drag and they drag and they drag contracts all the way out. They get it down to the nanosecond of when they're going to pay a person. And they split and they split and they split this organization. It's the divided Cowboy Nation. That's what it is. Straight down the middle. Yes, that sells. We know that confusion, irregularities, or I messed up that word, but irregularities, they all causes people to look at it and say, man, this is nice. This is good stuff. But what is the off product of this, right? What is the off product? Shout out to you, Josh, man. I'm 8 years older than James Harden, so therefore James Harden looked like Law. I gotta always tell people that, I had facial hair before he can probably grow facial hair. And 8 years opposed to a person that's let me know. When I was 8, he was 0, right? When I was 18, he was 10. So let that sink into y'all mental. Stop calling me James Harden. You know what I'm saying? Yes. I'm 8 years and I still. You know what I mean? I rock the Cowboys blue too. I don't know who his favorite team is. But shout out to James Harden and all of his people, man. My thing is, I'm just playing Cowboy Nation. That's my dog. I love James Harden. I love all of the basketball players out there. Jay Farm, what's good with you? Shout out to you. My thing is, Cowboy Nation, we just got to look at this thing and start pointing the fingers at Jerry Wayne and say, hey, all of this willing and dealing and selling that you're doing, yeah, it's cool and all this stuff, but it's time for us to put some hardware in the shelf. It's time for us to reinstall. The players can trust this organization. It's time out for us to be known as the most recognizable team of all of the worlds, and we just sit back and we pity-paddle around with paying guys. It's just time out for this stuff, man. It is, man. Call it the original Law Nation. Shout out to you, Gregory. Law, how are you doing today? Oh, Joseph Ventura, I'm doing fine like wine, It's just that, what time is it? 5:28. So I don't have much longer time with you all. Shout out to Restream. They said I've reached 1,000 or 100 messages. Really appreciate Restream for putting that out there. I really appreciate Restream. This is brought to you guys by Restream. Check out that particular platform where you can broadcast to multiple platforms like I'm doing right now. All right, so time to get Dak paid. This is from my guy, my brother from another mother. No other don't look like Danny Glover can. He's saying that, hey, let's go ahead and pay Dak Prescott. You know what Jerry's going to do, right? He's going to wait till July the 14th or maybe something else major, and then he's going to reach into his pocket and go ahead and pay the guy. That's just how it goes. And it's not about the money. That's the craziest thing of it all. It's about the freaking years. Look, let these years go by. The big money is going to be there. Look, sometimes you got to look at it like this, Jerry Wayne. And I'm not trying to tell a billionaire how to spend his money, but can we just all say to this billionaire, this is how you spend his money? This is how you spend the money, Jerry. This is how you do it. You reach into your pocket, the salary cap there, I say, and you know for sure that the salary cap is going to increase by 20 to 25% every year. And if you're not that much sold on Dak Prescott, which I know that you are sold on Dak Prescott because you came out on a press conference saying that, hey, you treat him like like he's your son, for crying out loud, right? You reach into your pocket. Let's go ahead and you swipe that card or you put that money or that check in his agent's hand and you say, hey, let's stay focused. Let's get this Super Bowl. That's how you do it, Jerry. Just like the Panthers did with CMC. They didn't hold this thing out. It's a good thing about the word, right? The Bible. I always like to bring that into my talking conversation. Either you're going to be hot for him or you're going to be cold. And you're not, and he don't want the cold for him, right? He wants you to be hot, not lukewarm. I'm talking about worshiping or following, dare I say, God Almighty. Now, with these contracts, it's similar. You can't have your toe in the water, stretch this thing around, and say, well, I don't want to get all the way into this water. No, either you're going to be in or you're going to be out. Why? Because a double-minded person is wicked in all their ways. Look, I represent the Cowboys. That's why I don't do anything else. I love the Cowboys. Can you imagine if Law Nation was, representing the Redskins, the Eagles? Oh man, that's trashy words back to back. Let me just make it even worse. The Giants. No, this is Law Nation. We love the Cowboys around here. So we speak the Cowboys. We elevate the Cowboys. But I wouldn't have all of my love and adulation towards the Cowboys if I was only halfway sticking my toe in the water and I'm looking at every other movement that's going on everywhere else. My concentration and my focus is on the Cowboys. And if your concentration and focus is on about winning, then you won't have to worry about, did we hit this number on the concession stands? Or did we sell this many tickets, dare I say, for this particular event? Oh, can we get the University of Texas to play this weekend since we got a bye week? Oh, can you call Margaret down and say that last time they didn't have the chauffeur to pick up the kids from the university right? You know, all of that stuff. If you just focus on football, then 9 times out of 10, we will win. You know what I'm saying? How you doing, Cowboy Nation? Beto, really appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning in. He got paid because he know how to stay out of trouble. Social media trouble produced on the field and all the times it's the drama queen. That's why he got his money and he's a clean player. This is from Jay Reed. Oh, hey, Jay Reed, I appreciate you for that comment. That's a deep comment. That's a deep comment. But didn't, dare I say, Dak Prescott have no issues? Oh, so Christian McCaffrey. How many times he been in the league? How many years Christian McCaffrey been in the league? Oh, last year was his coming out party, really. You know, let's be real about it. The year before last, yeah, he was sweet and all, but let's look at the facts of the matter. It's trust. Look, I don't know if you guys got kids out there. I don't know if you guys are raising or help elevating someone, if you're a coach. There's this is a game that they play, that you close your eyes and you spin around and you have the same team members to catch them or catch her. That's a trust establishment of a situation, meaning that if everybody can trust everybody, then they can spin around with their eyes closed with a blindfold and fall back and knowing that their partner or their teammate is going to pick them up. That's the type of trust that we should have with these organizations, but there's no trust. Oh, let me give you another analogy. You know, there's a certain singer out there. You guys can Google Rihanna. When she was young, when she was about this tall, no taller than the desk behind me, and she got out there to sing or what have you, she didn't sound her best. But somebody believed in her. Somebody said, you know what? To me, you sound like a queen, or you sound like the beautiful Mariah Carey that you missing up on his notes. And all we got to do is twink her and fix. We got to fix some of these things, send you back to vocalist school or help you out with these notes. I'm not going to give up on you. And that's just not her story. There's stories of thousands of others. And all it takes is trust, believing, elevating, and motivating. Some of you guys got kids and y'all know that kid, boy, they can't pick up what's 2 plus 2. But some way, somehow, you still look at that child right in the eyes and say, I'm going to still take you to the piano class. I think that you can get this thing eventually. But by your trust and your love and your nurturing and your molding and your shifting, that kid think that they could be the next, man, you know, Stevie Wonder, play the piano blindfolded and blind out here, just playing the piano, you see, and singing the lullabies. But it took somebody to believe in someone. And what I'm trying to say is collectively, a team plays better when you just believe in the team and you believe in the playmakers that help elevate this team. But if you still fiddle faggling around, then guess what? That player, when their trust is gone, they gone. Their full concentration for the nation is not there. So on the flip side, if you don't trust Dak Prescott and you got half of the fan base arguing and debating about this and debating about that, well, won't you just go ahead and move on? You don't have to lie to kick it with me. Just move on. See what you can get out of it. You shouldn't have franchised them. You should have just said, okay, here's the market, and this is what we got back in return. So now we can go out there and get a Jamal Adams. Oh, now we can run this offense with, dare I say, a Cooper Rush. If you don't believe in Dak Prescott, you just go ahead and get rid of it. Cut it out, but don't wing people along. Ladies know that. Ladies know that. Ladies would rather have a man to say, okay, I don't want to get married. I don't want to be with you. I'm gone. And then the lady would really chase him. But the lady would rather have the truth than to be up in her 30 years of age or what have you, and a man sitting there saying, okay, I'm gonna give you this promise ring. That won't fly with the ladies. Y'all let me know if I'm wrong, ladies. Y'all wouldn't accept no promise ring and no when you're 25 or when you 30 or when you 40 or when you 50. You might accept it when you in middle school and high school. But now it's time for the real deal. Y'all let me know. Yeah, Jermaine, what's good? He said, yeah, you are right. Rock Lee says, yeah, big facts, Law. It's all about that, Trust. Believing in somebody and understanding that, yes, you can win Super Bowls. Look, Joe Montana didn't win the Super Bowl every year. And, newsflash, Joe Montana didn't win the Super Bowl by himself. Roger Craig was somebody now nobody can sneeze at. Jerry Rice. Did y'all hear that? Do y'all think that Troy Aikman won the Super Bowl by himself? And it wasn't a Jay Novacek. It wasn't that defense that was stout out there. They had Michael Irvin. They had other plethora of guys. Law, what are you saying? The brick of truth. And only the people that's going to yelp about it is those who get hit with the truth. And that's the ones that's yapping around about it. Because last I checked, Brad Johnson won a Super Bowl. Trent Difford. Man, I'm bringing all of these things to you guys. Joe Flacco's of the world. So do you need a Joe Montana? Is Joe Montana the only type of quarterback that can win a Super Bowl? Let's rewind to this part right here. And I always love to say this. Kansas City Chiefs, they was a great team last year. But newsflash, if you just compile or compute the first 3 quarters of Pat Mahomes' number, you would think that brother's trash. But when you look at the total picture of everything, what Pat Mahomes, he's a bad man. I ain't lying to you guys. He's a bad man, but he needed help. He needed help. He needed a running back. The running back got over 200 yards rushing, I believe. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. What else they had to do, Law? They had to stop the run. So the defense was stout. But they have trust in their collective team. They had trust in these teams and where they compile and they compete and they put things together. That's all I'm saying. You surrounded weapons with him. But you didn't just throw him out there and say, okay, all right. You go out there and make it happen by yourself. It's all about trust, too. What's up with you, Q? Shout out to you. Tight like frog. Hey, what's good with you, Mr. Wright? What's good with you, Clifford McKinley? Thank you so much. Players fear Zeke, no, because of speed, but because of his power burst, and he feels every bit of 220 pounds. Yes, Ezekiel Elliott is next level. Ezekiel Elliott is good. And so is Tony Pollard. All of those boys are good. Cowboys legends, bruh. How many yards? Zeke. Raekwon Davis. Yeah. The other thing is the Cowboys, and I'm reading my comments down here. Cowboys did interview a prominent running back from LSU, I believe. And they might bring in Antonio Gibson. They might bring in Swift. What's his name? What's his first name? DeAndre Swift. They might bring in a whole bunch of people. This is all formalities. Line by line, bring them in, dissect what they can do, dissect what they can't do, and that's just the formalities of football. Always doing that thing. Clyde Edwards, yes, Zach. Really appreciate you for the information coming off the top rope with the name, baby. All right, Cowboy Nation. I gotta bounce like a basketball, but I really appreciate you all. Thank everybody for tuning in to the nation. If you are new to this thing, hit that like button, share this content. If you're on my YouTube page, right before you subscribe or right after you subscribe, basically, there's a notification bell. They only give us out 3 a day. But if you join the notification squad, think about it. YouTube algorithm said 3. 3 is a good number. That's how many Super Bowls we won in the 90s decade. So if you join the notification squad now, maybe in this new era of decade, we can win 3 or more now. You see? So hit that notification bell, pluck it. And if you're on my Facebook page, all I'm asking for you guys to do is sharing is caring. Sharing is caring, man. And love is lovelier the second time around. So share this thing around. And shout out to Joe all the way in Italy. Appreciate you, my brother. You guys stay safe. Wash those hands. Keep 6 feet away from each other. Keep your distance going and all of that stuff. Drink your water. And also take your baths, brush your teeth, comb your hair, do all of those necessary things. You know, you don't want a bacteria to form in your mouth. And then when you finally talk to somebody, they pass out. You don't want that to happen. And they think that they passed out for other things. So keep that in your mind. You know, brush your teeth, wash your hands, and stay groomed up, nation. Y'all know how this thing goes, man. Shout out to everybody. What else I need to put out there? And shout out to Christian McCaffrey. Shout out to him. You know, I'm not hating on the brother. Hey, I really like the fact that he got his paper. I like the fact that he got his bag. We will see how all of that rolls out with that particular organization, with the new coach and beyond. Shout out to him. But the business model and the business plans are going to rehash what I just said. We should relook at this thing and stop dragging things out and go ahead and pay these brothers. Let's go ahead and pay these brothers. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go. Now if I can find this off button. Viral. Oh, Sheila. Ready, red. Yes, let's go. Y'all give me some fire emojis on the way out. And also, y'all know what to do. Share this thing. Comment. Be safe. Yeah.